Apparently, there was some more stuff leaked about Ashes of Creation on Twitter. Even Mike Ybarra just commented, one of the designers over there at Blizzard. Ashes of Creation Steven Sheriff has been accused of orchestrating a $140 million fraud by one of their lead investors, Jason Karamanis, who also revealed Steven never invested any of his money into the project. What? Wasn't the whole thing that he was just some rich guy that was going to fund it all himself? Jason invested $12.5 million. One of their lead investors. So Jason Karamanis was a lead investor on Ashes of Creation. He revealed Steven never invested any money into the project. Multiple AOC investors come from MLM companies. Robert Dawson put $80 million into the game. No criminal charges have been filed against Steven so far. This is a bit shady because I think Steven's parents had some kind of, what is it called when you have like the triangle pyramid scheme thing that they made millions off of, and his parents were accused of that. That's MLM. That's what MLM means, is those pyramid scheme companies. MLM equals pyramid scheme. Okay, so the whole thing is just super shady to me. No, it's Motherlode Mine. Jesus. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree, huh? Ashes of Scamation. If this is true and he walks away clean, he's the ultimate loot goblin, and the play is so enormous and ambitious that it's even hard to be mad at it. Oh, damn. This guy ninja looted the whole MMO community. Damn. Imagine committing a fraud and your scam is a better alpha game than a full game release called New World. Steven Sharif started an independent studio by gamers for gamers, unbeholden to corporate drama. That was the whole thing. Like his whole selling point of Ashes of Creation, that it wasn't going to be taken over by corporate structure, and that Steven was going to be the one to lead us all to the promised land with a game for gamers by gamers. 10 years in development, AstroTurfed as the savior of MMORPGs, 20 million in packs sold and 3 million on Kickstarter. Recently launched early access, widely regarded as falling short of the hype. Suddenly announces internal rift citing, guess what, corporate drama, and quits. This is one of the most legendary scams of all time. It might be the single-handedly biggest scam in gaming. Can you guys name another one? Anyways, I'm thinking about making a game, and is anyone interested in the Kickstarter? We'll get a Kickstarter up for it soon. It's going to be like RuneScape, but more RuneScape-ish than RuneScape, but also like WoW, but like more WoW. And there's not going to be any corporate. Guys, would you guys be interested? No Man's Sky pre-release was pretty crazy. Is Star Citizen just like this? I've heard a lot about Star Citizen. This is some game that is never coming out. What I'm trying to figure out is, did Steven do anything illegal at all? And am I going to get my full $500 pack that I was promised? And is there a lawsuit? Because what was I spent $500 on the pack. I need to see what all was promised from that pack. Because if the game never officially releases, then I'm not getting that game time, which means I'm owed a refund, right? I need to see what I was promised, right? Otherwise, they owe me something. Account inventory, transaction history, $250, July 8th, 2001. $250, September 1st, 2020. What this gives access to is the Voyager pre-order pack for $250. Can I see what I get with that? And the adventure, I got the Voyager and the Adventurer pre-order pack, which is one character name reservation, alpha key 1 access, all the beta accesses, and then is there something else? There has to be game time, right? Adventurer pre-order package. Let me see what I got with this, because Intrepid pre-order pack. Are these not loading? What's included with my pre-order pack? Voyager pre-order pack. Access to Alpha 1, beta, 6 months of game time. Guys, they owe me 2 sets of 6 months of game time. I got the Adventurer pre-order pack too. This one, Adventurer pre-order. This is 11 months of game time they owe me. So they're going to have to go through a beta and release the real game in order to give me the game time. Literally just dispute it with your bank and you'll get a refund. Can they give you a refund on something that happened 5 years ago? And I could just be like, yo, this guy scammed me. Let me get that back. Depends on the bank. This transaction took place in 2001. Didn't they do an official release? Okay. It is considered an official release, even though it's an unfinished game. It is considered an official release legally. And early access is a release, which is why a lot of game companies do it now. They do it as an injection of cash so they can continue working on the game. However, the game time is what I'm concerned with. They can't give you game time on an unreleased game. But I think the loophole is if they never stop working on the game, like if they just keep saying the game's going to come out and you will have your game time eventually, they can inevitably keep saying that until I'm dead, right? So as long as they continue developing the game forever, which is whether they're developing or not, as long as they say that they are, they never have to actually add anything to the game. They never have to actually release it, which means they never have to actually deliver the game time that was promised in the pre-order packs. Is that what's happening here? Or am I 100% getting my money back? How am I supposed to get my money back from these guys? The only thing I know for sure is that money is gone. You are 0% getting your money back. What are you guys saying? There has to be a way. This is the only thing I can think of that maybe they violated. If they're not putting out the game, then how can they give us the game time, right? If you get your $500 back, then Showbeck is also getting his $300 back, New World style. That is kind of crazy for them to cancel New World after everybody put so much money into it, huh? I guess that's any game, though, that gets canceled. But this is different because this game never officially came out. And there were things promised that people bought. Like, did I even get all this stuff? Nestled Vine Vestment, the drifting pedal, and the hilted hovel? It says I did. They did give me this stuff. But they did not give me my game time, right? So this is how NFT works. Sard thinks he owns those items. Guys, I never bought an NFT, okay? If any of those investors had any clue about MMOs and gaming, none of this would have happened. It's crazy he managed to pull 100 million onwards from 2020 just by telling his investors they're about to launch the game the next year. Everyone knew this game was far from ready. When the guy who made his capital on Ponzi scheme turns out to be a scammer. That's what I'm saying, man. This guy and his family, they made millions off of some pyramid scheme, and he used all of that money to create a new MMO, and then apparently he didn't invest any of that money. He just said he was. This is like his third scam. He isn't in jail the other 2 times. Yeah, like what? How is this guy still getting away with this?
Sure.
Your son has destroyed the business.
Narc was right the whole time. Anyways, I might have to call my credit card company. I had some accidental charges on there from 6 years ago I need to talk about. I don't know who got my card and bought this game. That's crazy. That is crazy. Somebody stole my card and I didn't know about it. It was some guy with hair. That's the problem. Can't trust those guys. A bald guy would have never done this. That's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say about that. What kind of idiot pre-orders a game for 500? You're telling me, bro. You are telling me.